everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're just joining us for the first time here today, my name is Star, otherwise I'm simply known as Lady Dad Rabbit here on the internet. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys and teaching you guys how you can transform yourself into Gwen Stacy from the Amazing Spider-Man comics. This is an incredibly iconic, super affordable, and just in general fun cosplay to do, especially for you beginners out there. So let's go ahead and get started. For today's makeup reference photo, this is the image that I'll be using. Now, this isn't Gwen from the Amazing Spider-Man comics. This is from her own line of comics. In case you guys weren't aware, there are multiple different Spider-Verses, and in this specific verse, Gwen Stacy is Spider-Woman, or also just called Ghost Spider, and then also just nicknamed like Spider-Gwen by the fans. Now, even though this isn't the specific timeline that we're going to be cosplaying Gwen from, the way that she's drawn is very, very similar to how she was drawn in the original Spider-Man comics. So that's what we'll be using as a reference photo to how we're going to be doing the makeup. The very first thing that I'm going to begin before I actually put on any makeup is I'm going to go ahead and put on some contact lenses. Gwen Stacy is very consistently depicted as having blue eyes. This is something that's consistent all throughout the cartoons, the comics, and even the live action interpretations of this character. So unless you have blue eyes, then I recommend getting some contacts. I will have a pair of lenses that I actually use for this cosplay and many of my other cosplays linked down in the description down below for you guys. Once my contacts are secure in place, I'm going to be going ahead and putting on some primer onto my face before I do the foundation. And of course, once the primer is in place, I'm going to go ahead and put on a nice thin layer of foundation. Once the foundation is smoothed out and properly blended with my skin, I am taking this concealer stick, and with an angled brush, I'm going to use it to highlight the tip of my nose. This is just to create the illusion that I have a similar nose structure to how Gwen is drawn in this reference photo. Moving on to the contouring of Gwen's face, with a rounded fluffy brush, I'm going to be using a mix of a bronzer, a warm tone bronzer, as well as a blush. And as you can see, I'm just contouring the high points of my cheekbones, as well as the sides of my jawline, and of course my temple. And then I'll be moving on and contouring the sides of my nose, underneath my nose, and just all around, just to give it a little bit more of a illusion that I have a similar nose structure to Gwen in this comic. Now with the powdered highlighter, I am going to be highlighting the entire front of my face as well as the tip of my nose, just to give it a little bit more of a natural glowy look. Now it's time to move on to the eye makeup. With my very famous Rick and Morty eyeshadow palette that I got from Glamlit, I am going to be going in with this sort of nudish pink flush color, and with a fluffy brush, I'm just going to be doing sort of a natural but subtle smoky eye with that. Now with a black pencil liner, I am going to be outlining the top and bottom of my eyelids. Now with a pen liner, I am going to just be tapping off the ends of my eyelids by creating a subtle but sharp wing liner. And to finish the eye makeup off, I'm going to be doing a generous coat of mascara onto the tops and bottoms of my eyelashes. And to complete this look all together, I am doing a generous coat with this crayon lipstick called Twisted Kisses by Eddie Funkhauser. And there we have it. That's how you can transform yourself into Gwen Stacy from Spider-Man's comics. Now, I completely put this costume together from just outfits that I already had in my closet, but to give a quick rundown so you guys know how to put your own Gwen Stacy costume together. First and foremost, Gwen is always animated to have blue eyes. So if you're like me and you don't naturally have blue eyes, then you're going to want to get a pair of colored contact lenses. I'm going to be linking in the description down below the contacts that I use for this cosplay and what I've been using this whole year for most of my other blue-eyed cosplays. This wig is super, super cheap. I got it off Amazon. I think this wig is good enough to use for Gwen Stacy. However, I personally wouldn't recommend it just because of how cheap the quality is. So instead, I will be linking down in the description below a much better blonde wig that I would recommend you guys using. I am in the process of bleaching my hair blonde. If you guys didn't know, I have spent several years being a redhead and recently decided that I'm just tired of having red hair. And so I am in the process of going through the transition of getting all the red out of my hair so that I can be a proper blonde. Once my hair is blonde, I do intend to be using my own natural hair for this cosplay. But in the meanwhile, this is just the wig that I will be using. The black headband you can get pretty much anywhere, either online or just like at like a dollar store or something. A lot of the times in the comics, Gwen is drawn to be wearing some sort of black turtleneck. However, it is way too hot to be wearing a black turtleneck right now. So I'm just wearing a black tank top and I think it works pretty well. Any sort of green trench coat or just long cloak-like sweater should work well for Gwen Stacy's jacket, as I know that green trench coats aren't exactly easy to find. And of course you will need to wear her iconic purple skirt. These are a pair of purple cargo skirt that I got off Amazon. But again, you can get something very similar to this either by thrifting or any other website or clothing store. Gwen Stacy is usually drawn to be wearing some calf length black boots. However, I'm just wearing some calf length dark brown boots, and I think these work pretty well for the character. If you enjoyed this video and you want to stick around on my channel just a little bit longer, down in the comments below, I will be pinning 2 other videos that I think you guys might enjoy watching. One of them is going to be a makeup tutorial that I did for Mary Jane Watson a couple years ago. And then the other one is going to be a makeup tutorial for Black Widow. So if you like Marvel and want to check out some of my other stuff, then go ahead and check out those videos. Stick around next week as I will be doing a full makeup and costume tutorial for Adam Eve. And of course, if you want to help support my channel so that I can continue to create content just like this, my Patreon will also be linked down in the description below, as well as my other social medias. Without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and head out of here, but I do hope you guys have a great one. See ya!